Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Buddy Mantra Highlights. If you're new to the podcast, here's the drill. Each week, we talk to one content creator you know and love and ask them all the questions that you have been dying to know about. Today, with us, we have the very enterprising and frighteningly innovative Miss Jyoti Kishore. If you have been on Instagram following influencers from all around the country, you most definitely have come across Jyoti. An aspiring doctor during the day and a budding influencer otherwise, Jyoti's hustle sees no bounds. Welcome to Badi Mantra Highlights. We are so glad to have you here with us, Jyoti.
I'm so glad to be here too.
So, before I go into all the questions about your work and your job as an influencer, could you tell our listeners a bit about yourself?
A bit about myself. I think that's the toughest question that one faces, I think, because you don't know what to explain. Like, people will be like, tell me about you. I'm like, what? Okay, so my name is Jyoti. I'm 21 years old. Currently, I'm pursuing medical. I'm in my final year of MBBS, and I would like to be called a content creator because I do not know if I do something to influence others, but I love creating content. So yeah, that's it about myself. I love dancing, I love sleeping and eating, and I have a very slow metabolism, so I tend to gain weight a lot. Yeah,
I know that that's like
that's
a
me.
I feel like a lot of people are relating to the whole slow metabolism thing. Like you want to eat, but you also gain weight, so it's a big headache. So
And the
okay,
lockdown,
yeah,
and the lockdown proved to be really bad when gaining weight comes
true,
because
true,
I'm slow. Yeah.
true, very true. So Jyoti, how did you get into content creating? Did it start off like a passion project, or is it something that you always wanted to make a career out of?
It started as a passion for 2 years, but I do want to make a career out of it right now. The thing is, I wanted to go into fashion designing and stuff, but belonging to a middle class Indian family. So my parents obviously didn't want me to go towards that side because I don't blame them that they didn't want me to. It's a dangerous side. It's something you either excel in or you do not. So that was the thing. And when I came to Instagram, I came through profiles like Santoshi Shetty and that Boho girl, and I saw them, and I was like, okay, like I can pursue my fashion wala dreams through my Instagram, through social media too. It took me time to begin with because the field that I am in, you are expected to be modest and simple, and I had literally no friends, no connections who are into this thing. So yeah, it took me time to get into it, but I enjoy doing it, and especially this lockdown was something that made me realize how much I love it even more. And yeah, now I'm into it, and I love creating and getting a good picture, all the effort that goes into it, and getting it finally to the audience gives me a lot of pleasure and a relaxation of sorts. That's how it started, and that's how it's going on.
Right, awesome. That's really inspiring to know that even though a societal norm exists which wants to stop you from doing what you want to do, you have still broken that barrier to just do this, create content. So if our listeners took a look at your profile, they know that you almost do your photo shoots by yourself almost all the time. So
Yeah.
what's the process that you follow, and what, according to you, is the most difficult part about self shooting?
The process. I don't think there's a particular process to follow, to be honest. You just have to be bored. You just have to be really, really bored to begin with something that you like. I was not a good singer, otherwise, I would have sat and started singing or something like that. I just wanted to click pictures. I do not know. I wanted my Instagram to grow. Before clicking my own pictures, I was somewhere getting into shoots before
Right.
the lockdown period, like a few months before lockdown period, and there were like a few shoots planned in the month of April and May. So when this lockdown started, I kind of went into the zone ki, now I'm not getting to do those shoots because I'm at home right now,
Right.
and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. I was sad. I literally had no idea. I wanted to grow on Instagram, but I had no posts to post.
Right.
And Yeah, so that's how it was. I just there was a trend at that time, the makeup brush challenge wala trend. We have to
Right.
pass makeup brushes and do, and there were a few creators who approached me, but at that point of time, because I didn't even have a makeup brush that I took back home, because according to me, I was going there for a month or something, so I did not pack a lot of
Right.
clothes and
Right.
stuff. So I was like, how am I going to do this? But I really wanted to, so my mom searched the whole building for a makeup brush. Finally got one. I wore my mom's clothes and I did the trend. While doing the trend, I was like, okay, let's click a few pictures, and that's how it actually began. I realized that I could do it at home. I sent it to a few of my friends and they were like, yeah, that's good. And that's how it started. Me clicking pictures. I was bored. I had to think of something to do. I had to utilize my time by doing something rather than studying. So that's how it started. I wanted to maintain an Instagram feed.
Right.
The process is different for different people. Some people take a lot of inspiration from Pinterest and another Instagram save. That's me too. But I feel like creating my own content gives me more pleasure than copying it from others. So that was the thing.
Right.
That's how it is. And the most difficult part you ask is maybe the camera positioning because you never know. We creators usually, like, if you follow any of the creators that click their own pictures, the self-portrait pictures, they'll tell you to use your rear camera and not your front camera because the rear camera quality is way better. So when you
Right.
use your rear camera, you do not know what your phone is
Yeah.
clicking, and that requires a lot of effort. Like the initial half an hour is literally spent on saying, oh, this is good, this is not good, this is good, this is not good. So yeah, I think the camera positioning is something that's the toughest part of this whole
I can actually see that
task. It's very
it,
tiring.
it's boggling you right now. Like you're upset thinking about camera angles right now.
It takes a lot of time. Like now I know. Now if my tripod is kept, I know that which angle it is clicking because it's been months of me clicking. But if
Right.
it initial phases, it's a very tough thing to do, honestly,
Right,
seriously.
right.
Yeah.
So, like, you spoke about making content that is original, that is your own, and like a lot of
Yeah.
influencers we see these days have their own style that makes them them, like something that differentiates them from what you would call a crowd. So, what do you think is your style?
Awesome question. This is something people have asked me and I have not found an answer to yet because I'm still discovering my style. My style is something comfortable, I guess. I have to be comfortable in what I'm wearing and what I'm doing because that's how the pictures are gonna come good. That's how uh, it's gonna look good. I
Right.
do not have a style as such. Like I cannot define myself as someone who is minimalist or edgy or like professional or boho because I tend to do almost everything. If you look at my profile, there are a lot
Right.
of things ranging from traditional to high fashion to anything simple and normal, but I have to be comfortable. That's my style, I guess.
Right. That's very, like reassuring. A lot of people, because of how the social media scene is right now, are very affected by what influencers wear, what celebrities do, what they wear, and everything. And to see like these influencers who have risen up from where you were at one point of time, going out and still doing stuff that is in your purview of doing, like you can afford this, you can have this kind of
Yeah.
style, is very inspirational to them. Is not just inspirational, it's very achievable to them. Like you say, be comfortable. A lot of like style fashion kind of emphasizes on the fact that like beauty is pain and stuff like that. So an influencer saying, or a content creator coming out and saying ki, no, that's not the point, you have to be comfortable in what you're doing, is really good to like hear.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
You have to be comfortable, seriously. If you are not comfortable in something, don't do it. Just don't do
right.
it, seriously.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. So, like, when it comes to creating content, you need to try out new styles, new dresses, new patterns and everything. And a lot of it, I have noticed, at least as an online shopper, takes a lot of expenditure. So how do you like manage your money when it comes to spending on content creating, and like what do you do to keep it under wraps?
Hmm. I have, I do not have any expenditure of sort yet. I focus on on creating stuff from what I have originally. I don't think
Right.
I've bought or spent a lot on clothes or on accessories thinking, okay, this is going to better my Instagram feed. No, this is
Right.
something I would shop normally. The only extra things maybe are this tripod or stuff like that, but they are also like the cheapest one found on
Right.
Amazon. Even if you
Right.
do not have a tripod, there are so many ways. I didn't have my tripod half of my lockdown. I've used my textbooks as tripods. I've used so many dabbas as tripods. Like you can do anything. You don't have to like spend to start. Once
Right.
if you want to make a high quality content, maybe that's when you need a DSLR, maybe you need to hire a photographer, you need to hire a stylist or a makeup, but that's a very different kind of content. When you
Right.
reach that level and when you can afford it with all the brands approaching your stuff like that, then it's okay. Otherwise, I really don't feel there's a need to spend. I myself have used so many clothes in my wardrobe in so many multiple ways. I have worn my t-shirt ulta, okay, one of my t-shirts ulta in so many like in shoots and stuff, and that's okay, that's seriously okay. Make 200% use of whatever you have,
Right.
and that's enough, honestly, because I know I have not spent anything extra. I have like the basic makeup stuff. You don't need high class makeup. If you want to create something that's very high fashion and if you want to do professional makeup, that's up to you, then you can buy
Right.
managing yours, but you don't have to be that high to do it.
Right.
Your content should just speak to the audience, however it
Right.
is.
Right.
There should be an effort seen, but that effort doesn't need to go via an expenditure. You can
Right.
do your effort with whatever you have at home.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. So like
that's it.
a lot of influencing, a lot of content creation, regardless of how it is. You may be advertising brands, or you may be dressing up, you may be using like be part of the beauty industry, or even if you're dancing part time, all of this garners a lot of hate from faceless people on the internet. And it's very difficult for people to kind of go on with that hate constantly bogging them down. So how do you deal with that kind of hate and prejudice, and what do you think is a good advice to give to other people who are dealing with the same?
Oh, I don't think I am the right person to ask that question to, because luckily, and I'm not boasting about it, but luckily, I really feel lucky to not have got that hate yet. Maybe I'm not that big enough to get hate, I guess, but I have not. I have been afraid of starting this journey because I'll be getting hate. As
Right.
I said that I am in a medical field, and I really thought if I get into fashion, people will be like, "Oh, what is she doing?" Like people will talk behind my back because no one's into this. Like they'll be like, "Does she want to study? Has she forgotten studies or stuff
Right.
like that?"
Right.
But luckily, and to my surprise, everyone yet has been super supportive. There have been people coming to me in my college and saying, how do you even do these? Your pictures are really good and stuff like that. And I feel blessed to have them. And I feel
Right.
really stupid because I have wasted almost 1.5, 2 years thinking what people are going to say and not starting this. Maybe if I would have started back then, I would have been much bigger, because influencing and content creating as such was a very new thing to Instagram
Right.
at that point of time. But I was like, oh, maybe no, maybe that's not something I want to do now. Maybe I should get a job and then start when I'm independent and stuff like that. So I was very confused about the hate. Also, as a girl, I don't know if you can relate, maybe you can relate, all of us can relate, that we have been judged since the beginning about whatever we do. So
Yes.
as a girl, I feel like you already have gone through that phase of getting hate, being judged, and something like that. So whether it be however you dress, however you walk, however you talk, if you're good in studies, if you're bad in studies, if you're good in dancing, if you're bad in dancing, you are judged anyhow.
Right.
So
Right.
for me, it was like that was the breaking point of me. That's when I realized. That's when I told myself that anyway people are judging you. Okay, so what makes a difference that you start doing something that you love, that you will see you look at yourself and be like, okay, you're finally doing this and you love yourself. Will that judgment and hate matter?
Right. Right.
It won't. Okay, you are being judged anyways. Okay, you're doing it. Just do it. Just do something. Maybe it will add on to that hate and judgment even more. Maybe it won't. It didn't. Okay,
Right.
as now I'm being loved by people who know me and who don't know me, who know
Right.
me
Right.
through my social media and I get their messages. And literally this whole lockdown, like the beginning of lockdown when it all started to actually grow, I felt so
Right.
stupid to myself that I have been holding back, thinking about something that might have never happened and is not going to happen, might never
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Seriously. And now I feel so good and proud about it that,
Right. Right.
I've broken through that shell and now I'm finally doing something. Even if I get hate right now, I don't care. Even if I
Right.
get
Right.
hate, I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
literally go
Yeah.
to my Instagram and check all my DMs, check my story reposts, check my pictures, and be like, girl, you are doing it. They
Yeah.
aren't. So you are at a good place, okay? So don't care.
That's very encouraging, and like it's so nice to get that from, like, even if you're not a content creator, even if you are, it's very nice to get that small boost of confidence that you're gonna get judged anyways, so why don't you get judged doing what you love instead of being afraid of that judgment. So, like, we are done with almost all the questions. We'll have a small rapid fire after this, but I wanted to ask you, like, a very important question for influencers that want to make it big in the field. If you ever had to give one piece of advice out of everything that you have learned till now, everything that you wanted to tell other people about learning how to become a content creator, what would be that one piece of advice that you would give?
That one piece of advice. One. I don't know if I faced enough to give you all advice, but how do I put it? I guess let this part of influencing or content creating or whatever you do on your social media, let social media be a part of your life and not your life. I guess
Right.
that's how I want to put it. Ki many people take it way too seriously than is required.
Right.
Take it seriously, okay? Be practical, be reasonable, okay? Be that, introspect, do all these things. Be
Right.
serious about it. Take it seriously, but don't take it super seriously, okay? Like
Right.
don't let those numbers affect you because nowadays Instagram algorithm is messed up, seriously messed up. It got messed up all in August and September. Your reach went down. Many people went into depression, and I'm like, why? Okay, and now I understand it that it's important, but it shouldn't be so important that you get affected in terms of your mental health or something like that. So
Right. Right.
make it as a part of your life. Don't let it define you. Don't let it be the only major part of your life. Take breaks whenever it's needed. I
Right.
have taken month-long breaks because I needed it. There was a point of time I was posting like every single day,
Like,
and one day yeah, right.
like, did it ever scare you, like, that if you take this break, by the end of the break you may have lost a lot of reach? Does that scare you, and like, how do you deal with that?
It, it did scare me. It did scare me. I wouldn't lie. In August, I think I took a break of almost 1 month. I thought I was taking a break of just like 2 3 days, but I did not feel like posting. I
Right.
did not. I had pictures, I had click pictures, I had content. It's not like I did not have content to post. I just
Right.
did not want to. I kind of felt pressurized. I kind of felt like there was a point of time where my content was reaching a lot of people and a lot of people were liking me and I was getting like 3, 4 DMs every single day telling how good it is and people were reposting stuff. And I kind of felt burdened now that people are expecting a certain thing from me. Okay, and whatever
Right.
I used to click at that point of time, I used to feel like this is not good enough. Okay,
Right.
maybe
Right.
yeah. So I just went into the zone key. Whatever I used to click, I'll be like, no, Jyoti, I think this is not at par with what you gave till now. Maybe people will start hating you or will start judging you ki now that you have
Right.
done
Right.
those things, you don't want to repeat it again and stuff. So I started questioning myself for the first time and I felt really bad about it because when I started social media, I knew, and the only thing I told to myself was, "You're not going to let people affect you
Right.
in a
Right.
negative way."
Right.
And I was doing that to myself at that point of time, and that's when I was like, no, you need to stop. Okay, you need to
Yeah.
introspect, you need to take a break. So I went, I used to sleep, I used to eat, I used to watch Netflix, I used to watch Prime, I used to watch YouTube, I used to dance and do stuff and just ignore Instagram
Right.
altogether.
Right.
And
Wow.
that was really good. I do not regret taking a 1 month gap. Instagram algorithm got messed up first when I posted, the reach became really low, and I thought to myself like, what just happened? Okay, but I surprisingly I was not regretting it. I was
Right.
not regretting. I never asked myself, ki, why did you take that 1 month wala break? If you would have posted till now, you would have grown. I did not question that to myself, and I felt really happy that I'm
Right.
like,
So
okay, fine, someday it's gonna grow
it's
again, right?
like
If I keep on posting.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like a matter of self satisfaction and whether like you are happy with yourself more than whether
True.
you're happy with the content you make. Once you're satisfied with all content you're making, that's it. It doesn't matter who's
True.
gonna say what. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So
Just take
that's
a break whenever you want to.
yeah, I think that applies for like everything, not just content creation.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah.
True, true.
So
Because you
uh
can't take a study break.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
we're all done with the questions, all the heavy and hard
Yeah, wow.
questions. Wow.
I don't feel like stopping. I feel like I'm such a talkative person. I'm like an introvert extrovert. If you do not know me, you'll feel like, oh my god, this lady doesn't speak in so much attitude. When I keep on speaking, I just keep on speaking. If the topic is something I can speak about, and I'll keep
Right,
on
right.
speaking.
Right. So, like, that's all like awesome, the questions, and you answered so well. And like, I've never gotten this kind of like response from a content creator where like they're so eager to share their experiences and what they want to talk about. And it's nice because we want the world to see that there are small time content creators who are working so hard, who are getting to places. It's not like it's the stagnant journey. It's like there is some progress and it's all because of their hard work, and we want people to see that and want to do that. Like there is a small girl who is right now looking at Instagram, looking at all these influencers and just going that I don't want to be like that because society says that being like that is not right, or that being like that is shallow and fake and stuff like that. So when we see that there are people, when we see those sides to these content creators that are not normally shown on social media because it's not palette worthy or whatever, you kind of
Hmm.
reinforce that belief that these people are not dolls or not like fake people on media. They
Yeah.
are, yeah, like
We
it's
are human
awesome.
beings, guys. We are
Yeah.
human. We are human.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
a lot of people don't show it because it's not maybe Instagram worthy or stuff.
yeah.
But we are humans. We face it. We
True,
face
true,
it in our DMs mostly,
true.
and we do not show you. Even if you see my Insta, I barely show any. sad content or stuff like that, that I'm depressed or thing, because I just take a break. I never post about it. And because I feel like something should be personal to yourself.
Right,
It's
right,
not that I do not want to show that I'm weak. I will tell you I'm weak any time of the day. I am. I know I
right,
am. I judge myself. I do. But it's I don't want to show it through my Instagram handle. I just want
right,
it to be a happy, inspirational place.
right, right.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Awesome, awesome. So now that we're all done with the questions, I will be asking you around 5 rapid fire questions. So are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm
Awesome.
ready.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, like your first question, if you had to stick to one trend for the rest of your life, when I say trend, it means a style of dressing for the rest of your life,
Oh,
which would you
okay.
choose?
A black t-shirt,
Okay.
okay, joggers, coat for winters, and sneakers. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So, would you rather be without the internet for a week or without your phone?
Oh my God, without internet for a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Like, actually, I should have
Yeah, because
expected
I
that.
can. No, yeah, I can click pictures without internet, na. What will internet do to me? Like what? Internet on a laptop? No ways. Laptop camera quality is bad.
I know I can actually like see myself in the camera right now, and it's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Bad.
like, would you go to a movie alone, or would you rather go to a restaurant for dinner alone?
Movie alone.
Movie
Movie
alone.
alone. I kind of feel like people will see me in restaurant alone and feel like I'm a depressed soul or something. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know why I'm scared of being seen in a restaurant. I am scared of being seen in a restaurant alone. I never go. I order my food, but I've gone for movies alone. I order maximum food when I go to movies alone, and I actually prefer being alone in
I
theater.
know, I know. Nobody's gonna judge you,
Yeah.
right? And nobody can
No.
see
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, would you rather say everything that's on your mind for the rest of your life? Like you, even when you can't help it, you'll end up saying stuff that is on your mind, or would you never
Okay.
speak again?
That's me actually. I even now when I'm speaking with you, I don't have a filter in my head because I feel like if I think I'll speaking, and
Right,
that would be
right.
really awkward on camera.
No, that's okay. That's okay. It's actually fun, right? We are seeing the real Jyoti, so it's all awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's good to speak. Even if I'm thinking something wrong, I'll be thinking reasonable. That's what I feel.
Right, right, right.
It's,
So, like, would you
yeah.
rather be the most popular person in school or the most smartest person in school?
Smartest.
Smartest.
Smartest people are popular, right?
I don't know. I think media has conditioned us to think that smart people are nerds and stuff.
No, no. When you're in school and you're smart, you are
Kind of
popular.
popular. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
come on, dude. Yeah, we get good grades. We have to be popular. Okay.
True, true, true.
There's no
Very
point
true.
in getting good grades. Yeah.
Very true. So, okay. So, your last question. Uh,
Okay.
Name one influencer that you have always aspired to become like.
There are so many names right now.
I know. That's why I asked you.
Santoshi Shetty. I don't know if you know her, but she was one of my major inspirations.
Right,
Because she also hails from Bangalore, where I
right,
stay.
right.
And I had heard about her that when she was in school, she was this kid who used to put water bottle around her neck and come with two ponies and stuff. And now when I see her on Instagram, she's like this damn fine, gorgeous human being who is just doing so many things. Being an Indian creator, I
Right,
kind of like her. The other
right,
person I was confused with was with Komal Pandey actually.
right. I have
I love
seen Komal Pandya.
yeah. Komal Pandey is the person of India. Like I mean, come on, like no, everyone knows Komal Pandey.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing why because like her story is so inspiring that I
Right,
really want.
right.
I
Awesome,
was
awesome.
confused between these two people. Yeah.
I think so. We'll just go with both of them. That's like best.
Yes.
So that's all the questions that we have for you today. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us today, Jyoti. It was so much fun to have you here on Buddy Mantra Highlights with us. Every episode we hope to showcase the truly inspiring stories of small time content creators from all across the world. So it's your stories that actually give us the motivation to keep on going. To our listeners, you can now stream and listen to Buddy Mantra Highlights wherever you listen to all your podcasts from. We put out episodes every Wednesday and Sunday. Just type in Buddy Mantra and you shall find us. But, before you leave, we have a very exciting news to share with you guys. Each week, we shall be releasing the names of our very special guests that we shall be inviting onto the podcast 3 days prior to our episode on our very own forum. There you can type in all the questions that you have been dying to ask them, and we shall ask them in the final cut with your names featured. Head on over to buddymantra.com/forum for the name of our latest guest of the week. This was your host Shreya with our very special guest for today, Jyoti, and I shall be seeing you guys next week. Till then, stay safe,
Yeah,
take
bye.
care, and keep listening to Buddy
Bye,
Mantra
bye,
Highlights.
bye, bye.
Bye,
Thank you for
guys.
having me.
Thank you. Thank you
Bye.
for joining us today.